Today I want to talk with you a little bit about sinus infections and natural remedies. I'm doing a series on natural ways to cure common ailments. And so today I want to talk about sinus infections because they're really common, and a lot of times there's things that you can do without going to the doctor's office to take care of it. Now, first of all, what you need to understand about sinus infections is that a lot of times they are actually viral. Just like ear infections, sinus infections can be viral too. So it's not always something that you would actually need antibiotics for. And the second thing is, if you don't already know, antibiotics are widely overused. That is why we're getting superbugs, which are bacteria that are resistant to our common antibiotics, which means that, the more we let this happen, the more or the less antibiotics we will have to cure us when we are truly in need of something to, get rid of a serious infection. So it is important that we kind of start steering away from antibiotics and finding other methods of healing ourselves. When I was pregnant with Lucy, I got a bad sinus infection towards the end of my pregnancy. And my midwife really did not want me to take antibiotics for a multitude of reasons. One of them being screwing up my body's flora before she was born, and in turn messing up her gut flora because she wouldn't get what she needed from my body. So she gave me a list of things to try, and I researched some other things. And so one of the first thing that she had me do was use the Neti Pot 2 to 3 times a day. I'm not going to show you how to use Neti Pot because it's kind of graphic, but there are plenty of other videos that you can find if you need help using a Neti Pot. But in the Neti Pot, I used a warm saline solution that I just made myself with some sea salt. But the other key was some tea tree oil. Now, you have to be careful putting tea tree oil in a Neti Pot because you do pour the solution up into your nose. So if you're thinking more is better with tea tree oil, you are very wrong. Trust me, it burns. So I would start off with maybe 1 to 2 drops and see how you tolerate it, and go from there. I don't think I ever did more than 3 drops because it's potent stuff. But it is really good at being antibacterial and helping clear up the infection in your nose. The other thing you're going to want to do is lots of steam, which is pretty standard when you're stuffy. I liked showers. I used to get those little effervescent things that have eucalyptus and everything in them that you pop in the shower, and they're like just help steam and open you up. I did that a couple of times a day when I had the opportunity. And also lots of fluids as usual, which you hear all the time, but it really does help your body flush things out and fight things off. And if you feel like you need more than that, another option is high doses of vitamin C, which would be therapeutic levels. So not your standard little 500 milligram tablet. You'd kind of want to be in the more like 3 gram range, which is 3,000 milligrams. So a lot more than you're used to taking. But when you really inundate your body with it, it's helpful in clearing up infections. And lastly, garlic. I like to use a concentrated garlic extract. The part of garlic that helps fight off infection is called allicin, and that is really good at being antibacterial in everything in your body, and I've used it for multiple things. And I will talk more about that at a later date because I also used it to help with IBS and other things. But in this instance, it's really good to help clear up your sinus infection. And so hopefully all of these things will be helpful to you next time you're sick, and they will help you clear up a sinus infection without going to the doctors, with no doctor's copays and visits and waiting and exposing yourself to more sickness, and not having to use antibiotics, which are just detrimental to your own body because it kills your gut flora, and all of the colonies of bacteria, of good bacteria that you need to have in your body that actually help you stay healthy. And it contributes to antibiotic resistant bacteria, which is a huge problem for basically us as human beings in the entire world. So I implore you to try something natural next time and let me know how you do. And you can read more about this in my blog, where I'll give you more details, pictures, and links. So take care, everybody. Ignite your life.